I was hoping they would go with Bling Bling. I mean, do y'all remember that song? Bling Bling!
Bling bling, bling bling, no need bullshit.
Hey guys, it's Bree here. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Mnet Kingdom Legendary War again. Seriously, if you like K-pop and you're into boy groups, you need to start watching Kingdom if you haven't already. In this video, I'll be recapping episode 2 and ranking the performances from the episode based on my personal opinion. So a quick disclaimer. Like I've mentioned in my other Kingdom ranking videos, I'm just a multi-stan who loves Kingdom, so I'm solely doing these ranking videos for fun. So no hard feelings to any of the groups or fandoms involved because all of the groups participating in Kingdom are super talented. So in episode 2, only 3 out of the 6 competing groups performed. The Boyz, Btob, and iKON. We'll have to wait until episode 3 to see the performances from SF9, Stray Kids, and ateez. But in the meantime, I'll give you my opinion on the performances from this episode and my predictions on how the performances for episode 3 will rank. But really quickly before we get into the video, if you want to stay tuned for more Kingdom and multi-fandom K-pop content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Now let's get into it.
I'm saying I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together, let me find. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From you, baby.
Before we get into today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor. Clutebox is a K-pop subscription box sent straight to your door every 3 months. Clutebox currently has boxes for BTS, Blackpink, Twice, and EXO, but more boxes are coming soon. Each Clutebox is packed with merch, photo cards from your bias, Korean snacks, keychains, posters, clothing, and even more. You can even pick your bias, so the Clutebox is specifically customized to your favorite idol. So if you want to give Clutebox a shot, make sure to check out my affiliate link in the comment section and description box and use my code BREE00. Now let's get right into the video. So in the beginning of the episode, we learned that iKON placed 6th, Stray Kids placed 1st, and the Boyz placed 2nd from last week's introductory episode. Next, the new stage for episodes going forward was revealed, and we could see that it was way bigger than the stage that we had from the introductory round, which means we're probably going to be getting even bigger and better performances, which I was really looking forward to. So the theme for the performances for episode 2 was a message to the world, and the groups got to select which of their songs they wanted to perform to. Since Stray Kids won last episode, they got to select the order in which each group would perform for this round. It was pretty cute to watch the members decide in what order everyone would go because they were so analytic about their approach, and they actually seemed a little nervous even though they won last week and are probably one of the show's toughest competitors. To me, that showed how humble Stray Kids are, and that's a totally likable trait for them to have. So Stray Kids decided that the Boyz would go first, followed by iKON and Btob. So now let's get into my ranking. So at number 3, I have Btob with Missing You. After some lighthearted debate, Btob decided to go with their ballad Missing You. The group really got to showcase their live vocals, which definitely sets them apart from some of their younger competitors in Kingdom. I also thought that the set was very pretty. It was very simple yet extremely impactful. The set depicted a forest, and when the performance started, the trees were bare and we could deduce that it was winter. In the middle, when Minhyuk engaged in a sword fight, there were leaves on the ground suggesting it was fall. And by the end of the performance, there were cherry blossoms everywhere, implying a year had passed and it was now spring. I thought that was a really elegant and creative way to show the passing of time, and it was honestly really pretty to look at. I also liked how the styling had a traditional Korean flair to it. That in combination with the depiction of seasons passing and Minhyuk's sword fight made me feel like I was watching a historical drama, which was really nice. My only complaint is that Minhyuk's amazing sword fight was the peak of the performance for me. I definitely felt like he was the MVP or the star of this performance, to the point where he was almost carrying the performance, if you know what I mean. The points leading up to Minhyuk's sword fight and after it seemed a little less engaging, as there was only a focus on the members' vocals, the background dancers, and not a lot of choreography from the members of Btob going on. Personally, I just wish there was a little more going on stage to keep me more engaged throughout the entirety of the performance. But regardless, the performance was still great, and I enjoyed it a lot more than Btob's performance from last week. I specifically liked the depiction of time passing, like I mentioned before, because I felt like that concept went very well with the lyrics of Missing You.
죽을 만큼 사랑했나 봐.
젖은 붓이 다시 타오르나 봐 가슴 저린 그리고 맥가
So next we have iKON with their Love Scenario and Killing Me mashup at number 2. So I have to say, I was kind of sitting on the edge of my seat while watching iKON decide on a song. I was hoping they would go with Bling Bling. I mean, do y'all remember that song? Bling Bling!
bling 완전 멋진 bling bling 눈이 부셔
It was a hit, period. iKON actually phoned a few friends, including Shani from SF9 and Mino from Winner, to get some feedback on what songs they would choose, and they eventually decided on the Love Scenario and Killing Me mashup. iKON's performance was very theatrical, and I was actually living for it. I felt like I was watching an old school Broadway play or musical. The intro with Bobby and the female dancer hooked me from the beginning. She was sitting next to him on a chair, and after the camera panned to Bobby, you saw that she had kind of disappeared into thin air and moved elsewhere on the stage. Can I just say that Bobby's stage presence and charisma is wonderful? He was definitely the star of the show for me. The Love Scenario portion was very fun and lighthearted, but when the performance shifted to Killing Me, things took a little bit of a darker, more serious turn, which was really interesting to watch. One of the members actually trust falls off a platform and into the backup dancer's arms, which actually reminded me of Juyeon's trust fall from episode 1. Another part of the performance that stuck out to me was when one of the members was walking between backup dancers lined up on each side of him, and he threw a lighter behind him, which set the stage ablaze with flames. It was a really cool transition. So in all, it was a great, engaging performance, and I think iKON really got to show how charismatic they are on stage.
그 어떤 사람이 특하다 No I don't care 머리엔 내 하는 girl watch봐 널 향해 watch봐 내 사랑이 닿을 수 있다 느껴 눈이 숨이 맘이 너를 원해 내 눈이 숨이
So at number 1, yes, we have the crowning kings from last season, the Boyz. I have to say, I was blown away by this performance, and if the Boyz keeps this up, I think I might end up standing them by the end of this season of Kingdom. They haven't disappointed me yet. So the Boyz decided on No Air, a Song of Ice and Fire remix, for their performance. I was really excited because I really like No Air, and I couldn't wait to see what the Boyz would do as far as the performance. So while preparing, the Boyz actually went to some sort of venue where they took some footage posing underwater. It was really cool to watch. And I just want to mention, Sunwoo was actually a little nervous about being in the water, so at one point, Younghoon actually got in to help him while they were shooting, which was really cute. So as far as the actual performance, I loved the POV, point of view, camera view that was going on. I felt like I was playing a first-person video game like the Elder Scrolls or something like that, which was so cool. It seemed like we were seeing everything from the quote-unquote princess, that's what I'm going to call her. I also liked their styling. All of the members were dressed in white, which kind of reminded me of a Greek god or white knight aesthetic. My favorite part was how the princess physically interacts with each of the members. So you see her hands reach out, whether she's taking the members' hands, touching their face, leading them, or being led by them, etc. I felt that that was an awesome stylistic choice, and combined with the first person point of view camera view, it makes you feel like you're actually there and you're actually being taken on the adventure or the storytelling with them. There were definitely references to Game of Thrones as well, from the title of the remix, A Song of Ice and Fire, to the backup dancers who were dressed as walkers, or the undead from Game of Thrones. Like always with the Boyz choreography, it was extremely beautiful and theatrical, and I loved the instrumental of the song as well. No Air is a very lighthearted, fun song as far as the instrumental, so the fact that they made No Air darker and more intense and serious was really cool. It was just an experience overall. One of the other highlights of the performance for me was when Sunwoo was holding onto a rope and he actually descends onto the stage by holding onto the rope, and when Juyeon is pulled by some unknown force behind him. There's also a dramatic twist at the end when the stage is engulfed in flames, the undead walkers are defeated by the Boyz, and the Boyz seem to banish the princess, almost as if they realized she was evil all along. So the storytelling here was amazing, and for me, placing the Boyz at number 1 was a no-brainer. As far as my predictions for next week, I think it will be extremely hard to top the Boyz performance, but if I had to put my bet on someone who could possibly top their performance, judging by last episode, I would say it would be Stray Kids, but I'm still really looking forward to see ateez and SF9's performances. Like I've mentioned before, the competition this season is so tough, and so far watching season 2 of Kingdom has been thrilling to watch. So that wraps it up for my rankings of episode 2 and my predictions for episode 3 of Kingdom. Let's legendary war. Make sure to comment your rankings from this episode below because I'd love to hear your opinions. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more Kingdom content from me, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and give this video a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!